Okay.
Yeah. So hi guys, welcome to the world of Python. I am Rahul Lekhwani. I am a SAP consultant for more than 10 years now. I am into Python for more than 5 years now. And I should say that I am more into Python than SAP now. So I got quite overwhelmed by the kind of power that Python has. And that is why me and Krishna are into the into the zone where we want people to learn Python. Since I believe that the coming 10 years are going to be very good when it comes to a language like Python, because there are a lot of benefits when we talk about Python. If you compare it with C, C++, and Java and other languages, comparatively, it is quite easy to understand and it is open for all. It is not the case that you need to be very expert in IT to actually start doing Python. We have had many students in the past who did not have anything to do with IT, but still they had actually achieved a lot of success in Python, and now actually they are working into it, and they are at a very good place. So the idea is, not to be very bookish when it comes to Python. We are going to be very practical, and at the same time, we believe in having certain kind of practical sessions where there will be a lot of interaction with you guys, and the sessions are very interactive. And in our sessions, usually what happens is that when once you join, once you get through the demo, once you join, so what actually we are focusing upon is having a training online, that is live training. So what we do is that if we take a session of say 1.5 hour, 45 minutes is given to the consultant, that is me, and that for the rest of the 45 minutes is given to the students who are actually going to be doing. Yeah. So that time will be given to those students who will be doing the practice along with me. So it would not be a scenario where you will get the homeworks and you are going to do it then and there, there at your place. It is more into
Rahul.
having a live kind of a training. Hello.
Yeah, I just want to add one thing. So, guys, please listen. Today, don't consider this as a demo. Consider it as a first session only. Your classes we are starting from today itself. Saturday. Now, classes will be Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, 9 to 10. Clear, guys? We are starting our classes from Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. 3 hours or 4 hours per week classes will be there. And this course will go along for 1 to 1.5 months. Generally, it will cover your 5 to 6 weeks, where Rahul will be covering all the Python concepts, all the syllabus he will share with you. On the group, you will get everything. Plus, he will help you in the interview preparation, what industry is requiring for you. He'll help you out somewhere in resume building also, and we'll create some channel where you can contact Rahul and me as well, Krishna, after the course also. So never feel that if I have courses and we are now out from the picture. No, you are not out.
Right,
You are
right.
always with us. We are always there to support you all. But for me, I request you all now, please make a firm decision and start learning Python. Python is the demanded language. You go anywhere today, Python is being asked everywhere. So just make a decision and start learning Python, right? So today we are starting with your Python. Any issues, any doubts, call me as Krishna, or you can contact Rahul also. We'll share details with you later. But first focus what today Rahul is providing you. Okay.
Yeah.
Any doubts, please ask in between also. But please unmute yourself and ask. Otherwise, keep mute yourself. Everyone, please mute yourself. Okay. Yeah, Rahul, you can continue now.
Yeah. So as rightly mentioned by Krishna, so we are into resume building also. We are into giving the interview support to the students. So we actually want you to actually work on Python, and whatever is best that we can do, we are going to do it for that. So not wasting much time, I'll just start with the PPT. So initially we are going to do some theoretical. We would be having some know-how about Python, and then we are going to do some practicals as well. Okay. So what is Python? Python is again a programming language. It is nothing but a programming language, but it is a scripting programming language, right? So there is a difference between other languages and Python because there is a word called scripting. So it is a scripting language, and that is why it is so popular. So when we talk about scripting, we somewhere include. Hello, are you guys able to listen to me?
Guys,
Yes, sir.
please mute
Yeah,
yourself. Dinesh,
yeah.
mute yourself.
Please mute yourself.
Yes,
Yeah,
Sharad, mute yourself. Sharad and Dinesh, mute yourself, guys.
yeah.
Sharad,
So
you as well.
yeah. So what is Python? Python is nothing but a programming language. But how different it is from the other languages? Somebody has unmuted again. So please, guys, mute yourself so that I don't have any kind of disturbance while I'm doing the session. Thank you very much. So yeah, so Python is nothing but a programming language, but it is a scripting programming language. That is how it differs from C, C++, and Java. We are going to see it in the coming slides as well. So next is what we are going to give you. Okay, so we are going to tell you about the Python, what is Python and what things that Python can do. Apart from that, difference between programming and scripting language, as I told you that scripting language is what we call as Python, okay, or JavaScript, you for that matter. Okay, programming language is the traditional programming language that's like C, C++, Java and other things, right? History of Python, scope of Python. Scope of Python means the areas in which you can actually apply Python, and you can get very good results when it comes to programming, since it is very easy to learn. At the same time, it actually allows you to give a lot of efficiency in your work, and that is actually the charm of Python. Okay, so what can I do with Python? So what you can do with Python is also what we are going to cover. Who uses Python today? There are people, there are companies, all the big guns are actually using Python, and to a very larger extent. We are going to discuss about these companies as well, right? So installing Python, then a sample code. Sample code, again, it is like a code that we write in Python. So we are going to show you how we write the code, right? Python execution. Code execution is also like, it is not only about writing the code, it is about applying that code and execution part also. So how to execute that code is what is very important, right? Then running Python, how to run Python, and then the basics things like variables, strings, data types, and other things, right? What is Python? So as I told you earlier also, Python is nothing but a programming language that is often applied in scripting rules. So just try to focus on these two words, scripting rules. That means AI that is involved, right? There is some artificial intelligence that is involved. So it is not always about garbage in, garbage out. So it is not always about what code you write is what your output is going to come. So it is more output intensive language than the input intensive. So that's why they say that it is not code intensive, it is actually the output intensive. So it is, in Python, if you write a code, it is not just like writing a code and getting the output. Whether the output is right or wrong is something that is at the discretion of the coder. But it doesn't apply like this in Python. So in Python, there is an AI, that is artificial intelligence, that is involved, which assess your code on the basis of the output that you want. So output is the king in the programming language, in Python, sorry. So whatever the output that is there, on the basis of that, it is going to give you some suggestions that how you should write a particular code to get that kind of output, right? So it is very much concerned with the output that you want rather than the input that you are putting in. So there is always a filter. In normal parlance, what we say is filter is what Python does for us, right? So Python is a programming language as well as scripting language. It is not the case that it is not a programming language. It is a programming language, but at the same time, it is a scripting language as well. So Python is also called an interpreted language. So interpreted language, please unmute yourself. Sorry, mute yourself, please. Thank you. So Python as interpreted language. So what we are talking about here, what does interpreted means is to interpret, is to understand the code, right, and understand the output. It is not always about the input that you put in, the code that you compile. It is about the output that you desire for. So in Python, if you desire a particular output, then Python is going to show you what is the best way to go to it. At the same time, what is the most efficient way to actually achieve that. Okay. So far any doubts, please? We are already running short of time. So please, if your doubts are there, then we can take the doubts and then we can move forward because we need to do some practicals as well. Any doubts? Okay, so we'll move on. Okay, so difference between programming and scripting language. So what is programming and what is scripting language? A program is executed. That is, the source is first compiled and the result of that compilation is expected. So as I told you that it is garbage in, garbage out, or maybe gold in, gold out, right? But at the same time, you need to understand that there is no AI involved into it. So it is solely dependent on the coder. What coder is going to write is what he is going to get, right? A program is general and is a sequence of instruction written so that a computer can perform certain tasks. So these are sequence of instructions, just like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, right? These are the sequence of instructions that a computer that instructions are given to a computer, and that computer performs that task. Okay, but it is as simple as that. If you if you are writing 1 to 10 and if you skip 9, then your output is also not going to skip 9. Okay, so there is no AI that is involved which says that we need to actually get an output of 1 to 10, right? But when we talk about scripting language, a script is interpreted. That means it actually understands the code and understands your output, and on the basis of that, it allows you to give the best possible solution for a particular problem, right? So a scripting language is nothing but a type of programming language in which we can write code to control another software application. So we are actually writing a code to control some application, but that code is not a simple code. It is under a scripting role, right? So that code is getting scripted, and on that is the reason why there is an AI involved, and we get a lot of quality when it comes to code, and we get a lot of quality when it comes to the output as well. Understood? So we'll take the doubts at the end. Okay, we'll take the doubts at the end. I'm getting some chats, but we are going to take the doubts at the end. So history we are going to skip. Yeah. Oh, why was Python created is okay. Yeah, this is important. What can I do with Python? What actually one can do with Python? One is system programming. This is the bread and butter of Python, where we are actually doing the programming, traditional programming in the best possible manner. Then we have graphic user interface programming. That is your various apps, various websites. Okay. Then internet scripting. So internet scripting, just like Google is using internet scripting for its Google search. So you might see that when you search something on Google, and your next search, if it is related to the previous search, then it automatically gives you some suggestion. So that scripting is nothing but running on Python, right? So if I talk about Google is actually having 60 to 70% of its programming done in Python these days. Okay, so that is the level of Python that they are using. And the best part is that Python is an open source, right? So before it gets paid, we need to actually learn it and be a master of it. Okay, so the idea is to have coding in your veins, right? So that it becomes an integral part of your learning, right? So component integration. So component integration is nothing but using the resources. So when you have different resources, you need to integrate those resources, right? So for that purpose also, Python has been a revolutionary tool. So database programming, of course, database programming, just like you might see these online websites, Dropbox, Box, OneDrive, all these major websites are running on programming language like Python. Okay, so that is the reason why they are so fast in getting the data and accepting the data, accepting many kinds of data. At the same time, they give the best user interface that is possible, right? Apart from that, gaming, images, and XML robot and more, right? Who uses Python today? Python is being applied in real revenue generating product by real companies. So guys, it is a very serious business. Please mute yourself. Please mute yourself. Thank you. So Python is a serious business because it is actually getting used in very many revenue generating products. Okay. Google makes extensive use of Python in its web search system and employs Python creators, right? So as I told you that Google is the major player when it comes to Python, and it has a lot of bearing when it comes to Python, and when we talk about the searches that it has. Apart from that, Intel, Cisco, HP, Seagate, Qualcomm, then IBM, all are using Python for hardware testing. So for hardware testing also they are using Python, where you might see that these days if there is any error, any issue with the automated car, you have the softwares actually to identify where there is a mistake. So that at that level also, whatever the program that is being prepared, it is also prepared in Python. Okay. Then ESRI uses Python as an end user customization tool for its popular GIS mapping products. YouTube, again, video sharing service is largely written in Python. So whatever the video that you share from your YouTube channel, that is actually written on Python. Okay. So that's why you see a lot of speed that is coming in various websites like YouTube and Facebook and other things. So the following primary factors cited by Python users seem to be these. Why do people use Python? What is the need of using Python? Python is object oriented. So this is a very important word to remember, that is object oriented. So structure supports such concepts as polymorphism, operation overloading, and multiple inheritance. So it is more inclined towards the object of the code. It is not inclined towards the subject of the code. So what is the object of the code? So the object of the code is to print 1 to 10. Then it will allow that code only which actually allows that kind of output. So there is always an intervention when we talk about Python. Okay, it's open source, as we all know. It's powerful. It is super powerful. We are going to see it. Okay, you can actually avoid a lot of what we can say, a lot of cumbersome work when we talk about writing a lot of big codes. You can do a lot of efficient work when we talk about Python, because here you are actually shrinking the codes to get the same output. So it is very fast. That's why people prefer to have it. It is portable. Again, see, it is portable in a sense that you need not have a software for it. We are going to see how Python can actually work on a web browser. So from day one only you can start doing your Python just by going on to a web browser, right? So that is the beauty of Python, and that is why we are actually more inclined towards having a language like Python. Okay, so since it is already 9:30, I'll just move on to the practicals. Before that, I can take 5 minutes for the doubts. So if you have any doubts, just let me know, and then we'll start the practice.
Hello.
Yeah.
Sir, you say that Python is very fast, but when I am typing Google, it says Python is very slow language when in
No,
comparison to C or C++.
no, it is not the case. No, it is not that case. So if you compare it with C, C++, and Java, it is super powerful. That is the reason why Google and other other users are using. Actually, you can search yourself. You can go and go on Google and search yourself what is the language that that is the most prevalent one in the recent times. You will get the answers.
Okay, sir. And
Yeah.
we can obtain same output from the C, same as Python.
Yeah, but the C output, for the C output you will have to spend maybe 15-20 minutes, and you have to write like 30-40 line item of a code. But when we talk about Python, that single code will actually give you the same output. So the time that it takes is 1 minute or 2 minutes. So you can yourself see the difference and the efficiency that is there. So that's why that's why people people or companies like Google are into using extensive Python, and that's why JavaScript is also very popular these days, because these scripting language are not a simple so these are not the simple tool. These are actually AIs. They actually have some artificial intelligence which supports a lot of efficiency, and which supports a user to get the output in the best possible manner.
Thank you, sir. But one more question: is Python a high-level language?
Yes.
And actually, I'm computer science student, and in our course it was written that machine language
Your
is
voice
most
is not
faster.
clear.
Am I audible, sir?
Yeah.
Sir, actually, I'm computer science student, and I'm in first
Okay.
year of BCA.
Okay.
Teacher are teaching us machine language is most fastest language because it is nearest to system, and C and C++ is more near to system, and Python is high level language, so is takes time to execute.
So
Is
we
it
are going
true?
to see, and I am going to show you. I am going to show you how how simple it is, and I am going to show you on web browser, so you can try at your place also. But you cannot try at your place C++, right? You cannot try yourself. You cannot try Java on any system, right? But you can try
Yes, sir.
Python in any system,
Yes, sir. Yes.
right? At the same time, it is not a prerogative of only CS students or some students. I have many chartered accountants who are actually learning Python, and they are doing very good when it comes to doing programming in Python. So see, the area that it focuses upon is very large. It is not a prerogative of any IT person, right? I am
Yes, sir.
myself a finance guy, but I am more inclined towards SAP and IT. So that is how I am actually into this field. So it is not a prerogative. That's why that is the reason why we are so excited about a language which is not a prerogative of a few or CS or some student. So it is a language which can be learned by a person who has some know-how of IT. That's it. I am not using a word of expert. I am not using some vague terms like you need to learn C++ and then only you can go to the Python. It is nothing like that. The only thing is that the logic. If you can pick the logic, you can learn it. And I have seen a lot of students learning it.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. So I'll just move on to the practicals. Okay. So I hope my screen is visible to all. Okay. So what you need to do is you need to just write jupyter.org and enter. Okay. So this is the Jupyter, which is a platform that is going to allow you to write your coding. Okay. So you need to go to try it in your browser. So once you click on that, it will show you try classic notebook. Just press try classic notebook. So this is the base page of Python, Jupyter, and then you need to go to File, New Notebook, and Python. So there is no login, nothing is required, no money to be paid. This is all free.
So do we have to click it on try it in browser option?
Sorry?
Do we have to click it on try it in browser option?
Yeah, on browser. Okay. So, doubts you can write down. We can, we can just take the doubts afterwards because we are running short of time. So please, mute yourself for the time being, and I'll give you 10 minutes to, ask for your doubts. Okay. So here, the first thing that you need to do is that you need to go into view to toggle line numbers. So why we are doing it? Because I want more than one line items to be run at the same time. Okay. So that's why what I have done is that I have just gone to the view and then toggle line numbers, right? So see, it is vanished. Again, I'll go and do toggle line numbers. And why we are doing it, we are going to see it in the further, codes. So the first thing that we need to do is that, see, there is a platform called Jupyter and there is a sub platform called NumPy. So under NumPy only you are going to write your codes. So there is NumPy, there is Panda, and there is other sub platforms. But right now for this we are using NumPy because it is very smooth to write code in NumPy, and that's why we are using it. So first platform is your Jupyter, second is your NumPy, and under NumPy you are going to write your codes, which is what we call Python. Okay. So the first thing that I need to do is that I need to import NumPy as NP. Okay. So try to understand this code. Import NumPy. So I am importing NumPy in order to write code in NumPy. Okay. So this is mandatory to be done before writing a code. Okay. And the second part is as NP. So why I am putting as NP is because of the fact that I don't want to put NumPy, NUMPY again and again in the formula. I am going to use NP as a what we can say as an assigned character for NumPy. So NP will be the assigned character for NumPy. So I don't want to use other. If I just put the formula like this only, then I again and again I need to put NumPy in the formulas to perform. But I don't want that. I want only two characters to be put. So I'll just do import NumPy as NP. Done. So just press enter. Okay. So right now I have not run it. See, I have just written a code. I have not run it. Run is what we are doing from here. So we'll do it once we write a code. Okay. So the first code that I'm going to write is ARR1 equal to NP dot array bracket, this bracket. I'll just explain you what this code is. I'll just write it first. Okay. So first line, any doubts in the first line that import NumPy? Anybody has any doubt?
What's NumPy?
Hello?
What is NumPy?
NumPy is, as I told you, that NumPy is a sub platform on which you are actually writing the code.
How in a NumPy contain array or something?
Sorry? Your voice is
NumPy
not clear.
contain
Hello?
array.
Hello?
Hello.
Yeah, tell me.
Hello.
Yeah, tell
How
me.
we know NumPy contain array and something array strings?
Yeah, you just let me complete this thing, and then we'll take your doubts. Okay. It is voices are not clear right now. Okay. So yeah, so array 1 is equal to np dot array 1 2 3 4 5. Please mute yourself. Please mute yourself.
రాత్రి కూడా గుర్తు చేసుకొని చెప్దామని సూర్యుడు నాకంటే ఎక్కువ నిన్నే ఇది చేస్తున్నాడని
Yeah. So ARR1 is array 1 is equal to np dot array 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So see, I'll just break this formula for you. ARR1 is something that you can define as per your convenience. So you can write X, Y, Z, ABC, whatever you want to like. It is just a what we can say heading, or what we can say designated characters that we are going to use for further coding. Okay, so this can actually be this can actually be like this thing also. This can actually be written as XYZ ABC, whatever you want to like. Then while printing also, you need to use the same kind of language. Okay, so this we are not much concerned about. Try to focus on this np.array, right? np.array. So np, as I told you that for numpy, instead of writing the whole numpy, I am writing np, because I have already said that numpy, I am going to use numpy as np, right? So np.array, array is the formula that we need to put to actually print certain task. Okay, so now you try to understand these two brackets. This is a small curly bracket and this is a square bracket. So whatever the output that you want, it is going to come under this curly bracket. So whatever output that you want, you need to put that into your curly bracket. Okay, and this bracket, this square bracket is used for integers. So when you are dealing with integers, or when you actually want to put output which has some integers, some digits, then you need to use this as then you need to use it for printing the digits, right? Understood? So now, sir, any doubt on this code specifically? On this code only. I am not talking about anything else. On this code, and any doubt, anything that you want to understand?
Guys, please keep asking doubts. If anyone is facing any doubts, what is import, what is numpy, anything, if you have any doubts, please ask.
Sir, I don't understand NP dot.
Yeah. So see, I'll tell you. You understood this part, numpy as np. So numpy is a platform on which we are going to run our Python code. Okay. So what I am doing is that if I just remove this a as np, so I need to write, instead of this np, I need to write numpy again and again. So in order to avoid that, I am just assigning a code. It is just like assigning a code to a word. So I have assigned np to the word numpy. Okay, so that's why I'm using np dot. So this is a formula pattern that you need to follow in order to print certain task. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Okay, anything else? So yeah, so I'll just do one thing. I'll just print ARR1. Okay, let's see what the output comes. Run. See what the output came. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so you can write till 100, 200, 300, whatever you want to like, right? You can write. Okay, and this output will come. So now this, as I told you, that whatever is there between these brackets is what it is going to print. So suppose I want this whole array. Okay, I want this whole array with brackets. Okay, I want this part, this whole part to be printed. Please mute yourself, please.
మామూలుగా చేయాలంటే దాంట్లోకి వేస్తారు కదా, కానీ ఏముంది వెన్ ద చైల్డ్ వాస్ 5 years, 5 సంవత్సరాలు అయినప్పుడు చేయాలండి.
Rahul, you can
Yeah. So what I've done is that I have done print ARR1, okay, and ARR1 is getting printed as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So instead of this, if I want to get a print of this whole array, including the brackets, so how can I do it? I will just remove this print and then again run it. See, the whole array came. So whatever was after np dot array, it is going to print like that. Understood? So this is how we are going to do the coding in Python. Okay. So I'll try one more coding, np dot array. Okay. So this bracket. So np dot array, this bracket, and again this bracket. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, maybe 1, 2, 3. Then again I'll put comma, then again bracket, 4, 5, 6. Then again comma, then again bracket, 7, 8, 9. Okay. So this is the same kind of code that I've written, but there are multiple, digits to it. Is going to, but first we need to take care that we need to add one more bracket here, one more bracket here. Okay, so that the output can come correctly. So I want to print the array only. Okay, see, the whole array has come. So it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Guys, the only thing that you need to remember is in Python, the basic thing that you need to remember is how the digits start. Okay, so it starts from 0. So this part is 0, this part is 1, and this part is 2. So if you want to print ARR2, okay, and then if you put bracket, then maybe if I write say suppose if I write 1, okay, and again I'll just put bracket, and if I write 2, okay, so let's see what print it is going to give me. 6. So how it is giving me 6? Because this is 0 and this is 1 and this is 2. So first I need to go from outside to inside. Okay, so from outside, if I go inside, then what is 1? This is 1, because this is 0 and this is 1. 4, 5, 6 is 1. Okay, as I told you that every integer that starts in Python is starting from 0. So here also, if you see, this is 0, this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4, right? Same way, this whole thing is 1, this whole thing is 0, this is 1, and this is 2. So what I have written first. So this is 0, this is first, okay, and 2 second. So that means here, if inside this, if I count, this is 0, this is 1, and this is 2. So that's why it is showing me 6 answer. Suppose I'll just put one more formula. Maybe I'll just put it like 2, and then maybe 0. Okay, let's see what answer it gives. 7, of course. So this is 0, this is 1, and this is 2. So I want 2. So this is 2. As per the coding, this is 2. And so as per this, what is 0? This is 0. This is 1, this is 2. Understood? This is how we are going to, take the positioning of various digits. Okay. And when we talk about print, we have other options like print bracket 2 multiplication by 9 plus 8 divided by 4. Okay, so all digits have come. No subtraction has come. So subtracted by 344. Okay, This is a kind of random thing that I've written. Let's see what it gives me. 324. See, in this thing, the first thing that you need to do is you need to follow the BODMAS. So first you need to divide, then multiply, then addition, and then subtraction, right? So on the basis of that BODMAS, you are going to get this kind of output, right? So these are few codings that we do, but yeah, there is a lot of things that are there in Python to learn. So yeah, so right now I'll just, because there 10 minutes are left, so I'll just go to the doubts directly. Okay, and since you have already seen that how we can do the coding just on a web browser, getting a login, right? So yeah, any questions, please? So one by one, you can unmute yourself and ask questions.
Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah, can we go with the Jupyter only, or can we go with another
Right
websites related
now,
to
see, right now for learning purpose, I have got a good experience with Jupyter. It is very fast,
Okay.
and that's why I am I prefer to use Jupyter, but you can use
Yeah.
other platforms as well.
Okay, can we go with the login and how to go that again? Can you show that?
Yeah, sure. So you just go to Google, just write Jupyter.org, and then just go to try it on your web browser.
Okay.
Okay, so it will directly give you this sheet. So here, from here,
Okay.
you need to go to try classic notebook. Please mute yourself. Those who are not asking question, please you mute yourself. Yeah. So this is how you are going to open it, and then once it is open, then you need to go into new.
Okay.
Yes, then you need to go into new. Please mute yourself, please.
Guys, if anyone has any doubt, please ask.
Srinivas here. Is there a morning batch for?
No, the batch is only morning. What time you
That
can
details
join? Can you
Krishna is
come
going to get.
morning? Morning there is one batch at 6 a.m. Can you join 6 a.m. batch? Friday, Saturday. That is only Friday, Saturday.
Okay, Friday, Saturday, and for how long it is? Is that for 1 month or 2 months?
1.5 month it will go. Friday, Saturday, morning 6 a.m. it is running right now.
6 a.m. till what time?
7:30.
Okay, fine. So is that batch started or going to be started?
Yeah, that started. 2 classes have been done. There is no issue. Rahul will take care of that.
Okay, fine, Krishna, I'll let you know.
But you have to inform Ratna, not to me. Ratna will make a note of it. And guys, please, now we are starting from Tuesday. This is a confirmed batch. Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. classes are starting. Please register yourself by Sunday, or by Sunday you have to register yourself. We have to finalize the list and we have to finalize the batch. Okay. So from Tuesday we are starting this confirmed batch. The classes will be Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday in the night, 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. and only 2 seats are available for 2 or 3 seats are available for morning batch. For morning batch Friday, Saturday, 6 a.m. Okay.
Yeah, and what about the course fees and duration? All this.
Don't ask
So what
me.
duration
Ratna
is
will
130,
inform
right?
you. Duration is 5 to 6 weeks. Fees and
Okay.
everything, Ratna will inform you. Ratna and Akash will take care. Okay. Just ask Ratna, and you have to register yourself by tomorrow evening. Okay, everyone.
Sir,
Okay.
where we have to register?